Welcome to Chaotic Koi UK, and here's my first YouTube video of hopefully many. Today I'm going to show you my grow on setup that I have inside my garage and talk about what I've got in it and how I look after them and why I feed them. I'm no expert at this is my first time properly doing it, and hopefully be able to catch me in spring next year spawning my koi and seeing how they get on as well. So in here I have koi fry that I bred this year from my own fish, and there is also a few select Japanese koi that I picked up this year, plus a Yambuki Ogon that I rehomed that was from a very small pond. I just put it in there to carry out a couple of tests to see how it does, see if it's, because I'm not sure of the age, see if it's still young or if it's old and just stunted. So first I'm going to talk about the setup I have. I have an Easy Pod which I picked up second hand. Feeding that is a 6,500 litre pump that comes through a 3 kilowatt inline heater, which is then into the Easy Pod. I've got a Mido 45 air pump, which I won on koi competitions actually. If any of you haven't been on that website, check it out, because I've won quite a few things off there actually. It's a very good website to go on. But won that air pump, nice and quiet, really good. It's currently off at the moment. And that feeds the Easy Pod when I come to cleaning it. And also a big air stone in the tank to keep it aerated. Like I said, it is heated. It's a 3 kilowatt inline heater, not the cheapest thing to run, but like I said, the actual tank itself is insulated, and this room is half insulated. Hopefully we'll have this finished by the spring next year. The inline heater is I've got from Howie Koi in Dorset, and I'd recommend going to him. It's not a Cloverleaf. It's a different brand and it was half the price, and it's just as good. It looks exactly the same with a Cloverleaf. In fact, I think it is exactly the same with a Cloverleaf inline heater, but it was half the price. So definitely go to Howie Koi if you're looking at getting an inline heater. Like I said, I've got the covers off now, and the heater, the pump and the air pump are all off, so we can get a better look at these fish. I'm just going to get the bowl in. Hopefully you can see in there fine. I'll bring it over so you close to the camera once I get a couple of fish in there. So we'll start off, I'll try and catch the Yambuki Ogon that I rehomed. My makeshift net pole made from an old mop pole. Let it in the water now. So, let's see how that looks under the camera. Let me turn the bowl round. So it sits down a bit more. So, as you can see here, this is the Yambuki Ogon I rehomed. Obviously, you can see it's quite dirty. It's not the best quality of fish. But like I said, it's in here just one, as it had no home. It was come from a very small pond. Two, just to see if it still has some growth in it, or if it's older than the person I collected it from said it is, and maybe it's just a small fish. But we'll leave it in over the winter, feed it the same stuff I'm feeding the younger fish, and see if it gets any growth. So roughly, let's have a look at the length of it, if it wants to play. Well, so it's 65 at that end. It's hard trying to do this one-handed, but I'll make sure that you lot can see as well. Not getting my hands in the way too much. Trying to eat my fingers. So it's at 30 centimeters from 65, so it's 35 centimeters long. So we'll see if, you know, in a few months' time, after being in here, if it manages to grow any more, if it just sits as it is. We'll find out. Obviously, like I said, this is my first time with this setup and growing fish on, so it'll be interesting to see that, you know, the younger ones might not get much growth, or they might do really well. Like I said, that's my first time. It's all trial and error. If you've got any tips, please put them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to listen to them. Now I've got 2 showers in here, so I'll try and get them in the bowl and we have a look at them. So this is the smaller one of the 2, which is a Ginrin shower. I'll try and get the other one in there as well, we'll do both at the same time. This is slightly bigger normal shower. Let's take some of the smaller ones that have jumped in here. Set them up in there. Let's get this one in. Like this one getting out. I'll back over the other side. That's it, there you go. I just realised you couldn't actually see what I was doing there, so I'll probably just cut to that stage. Oh, turn the bowl around again. So in here, got a Ginrin shower which I picked up from Howie's Koi, which is this one here. And then this normal shower, which I actually won on koi competitions, which I think they're both quite nice looking fish. Obviously, they have a lot of work to do. They're still young. Hopefully, they'll develop into some nice, you know, nice looking, reasonably large fish. I'm not trying to get anything massive. If I can get them to 50-60 centimeters over the next couple of years, I'll be happy with that. Obviously I know some fish do that in the first year, and maybe one day I'll do that, but I think with the stocking of the pond, the indoor pond that I've got, I think that's going to be a factor on the actual growth that I get out of all of the fish in here. But we'll have a look at the sizes of them. I can't remember the sizes that they were when I actually got them, but they were actually kept outside prior to coming in here while I was waiting for this tank to be delivered, which wasn't heated, so they've been in here for about 2 weeks now, maybe 3. So we'll look at the, let's have a look at the Ginrin one. If you let me. Put them in that corner. See if we can measure the slightly bigger one. Again, trying to do this one-handed, it's not the best. I'll come around this side. Let's see if we can get this one. So, about 25 centimeters the Ginrin, maybe a bit under. 22 centimeters roughly. And then the bigger one, normal shower here, believe this one is a female, but you can't never be 100% when they're this young and this sort of size. But she'll let me measure her, so my arms across the camera there. Come on, let's get you back into this corner. So 65 to the end, so let's get a nose in. So you're looking around 25, 26 centimetres on the bigger one there. So yeah, I've only really recently got into the Go Sankey sort of style of koi. I've always been sort of a one colour koi keeper. I've only kept koi for the last 3 years since I moved into this house. Like I said, this year I managed to successfully spawn some of my fish, and it just got me into a bit more of a hobby. I want to just try bringing on some koi inside on the heat over the winter and see how they turn out. We'll let these two go, and then we'll get the Kohaku, and I've also got a Matsuba in there. So I'll bring you back so you can actually see what I'm doing this time. Now I'm going to get the Kohaku Matsuba, and there's also a koi from last year that appeared in my pond early spring this year. The only way I could say was my koi did spawn last year, but I didn't. Oh, fish jumping at me there. Yeah, my fish did spawn last year in the pond. Did try and I put some spawning ropes to let them have something to lay the eggs on, but I didn't bother bringing them out. And in early spring this year I saw a fish that I've never seen before, so I'm assuming it was a koi fry that survived. Oh, the fish has just jumped at me and fallen on the floor, which is never good. There we go, that just jumped right out of the tank straight at me as I was putting the net. Hopefully he should be alright. Hold them in there. There we go. This one off. That's another reason why I've had to put a cover on this as well, not just to keep the heat in, but because the water level's quite high to the top. But a couple of fish jump out. So that's the Matsuba in there. Is what I guess they would call it an Ogon of some sort. It's quite, I'll let you be the judges of what you would want to call it. This fish here, like I said, it was from spawning last year. Trying to jump out on me. Let's try to. Let's pick him up. Keep him across. So, 3 fish in here. I'll bring it in closer so you can have a better look. Let's get some water out. Once I bring it in closer, put it down. I don't know if it's better this way. It might be better. There we go. So yeah, so the Kohaku again, bought sort of like towards the end of summer this year. Quite like Kohakus, like the two steps sort of style Kohakus. I've got another one in my pond which is a bit older. So we'll measure this and see what sort of size it sits at. So that's around 21, 22. Don't know if you can see that in that corner. So this one here, like I said, Platinum Ogon or Makashi Ogon, I think they've got all different names nowadays. There's a koi fry from last year that survived in my pond from such a small size, and then as it grew over the spring, that's when I noticed it was around, and it was done quite well over the summer. It's been in my main pond in the summer, feeding with the rest of them, and let's have a look at the size of that. If you'll let me, a little bit more of the water up. I'll let the Kohaku out as well, it needs to go. There you go, that's a bit better. So yeah. Ogon, and then got the Matsuba here, which I picked up from Koi Hut in Havant. There's something a bit different. Don't have any Matsubas in my main pond, or I have an Asagi, so it's got, you know, the same sort of top scalation pattern as a Asagi, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that one's just trying to jump out. I'll let them go in a minute. Let's get a measurement on this one. So that's about 20 centimeters, and this one's just sort of under, around 18. So we'll let them go, and then we'll have a look at some of my koi fry from this year. So I've got quite a few koi fry in here, so I'm not going to bowl them all. I'm going to choose some distinct ones that we can see progress over the months of them being in here. We'll hopefully see them progress. Some stand out more than others of scalation, pattern, colour, easier to tell apart from, and there's quite a few that look very similar. There's quite a few Matsubas, Ogons in here, Yambuki, Yan Platinum. There's a couple of Karishigoi style fish. And then there's some koi fry that I don't know how you would describe them, or what they would be, but I guess as they get older and their colours start to develop a bit more, they'll be easier to say. Like this, what I think looks like a ghost koi, which is trying to jump at me. I really don't want to go in this net. They're literally just jumping out. I think we'll disturb them too much today. But we'll try and catch a couple so you can see. Thought it'd be a bit easier than this, but it doesn't seem to be the case. We've got a couple here. I think I'm going to need a new handle for this. I've got a proper handle and net that I use for my main pond. I just thought the handle would be a bit too long to. This is one of my favourite ones here. See if we can get that one. Through the hole of the net. You think there's probably about, I don't know, 30 or 40 koi fry in here. I'm struggling to catch them. It's 2,500 litres, this tank. I'll get a couple more. There we go. Alright, so we'll have a look at these that I've caught here. As you can probably, I don't know if you can see from the camera there, all different sizes, all different styles. Of koi. So, like I said, they were bred in my pond with spawning ropes, but then moved them from swimming pools to IBC containers all over the place to try and find space, because I only had this garage built this year as well. Now they're finally in here, the select few that I decided to grow on. I managed to move on. I probably had, well, I counted 2,000 koi fry at like the sort of 3 to 4 week stage, when I was sort of sorting through them, getting rid of any ones with deformities, fins missing, all that sort of stuff. We're now looking at probably got 30 or 40, well actually probably about 40 or 50 in here. I did sell quite a few koi fry at a young age. You know, not expensive, less than 50p each. You know, to let other people have a go that didn't have any. And you know, a lot of people want to try and have a go at raising koi fry in a tank indoors and all that sort of stuff, but don't have the ability to try and spawn them. So I'll point out some of the styles that we've got. So one of my favourite ones, I did have a female Ginrin Soragoi, which was part of the spawning. Unfortunately I lost her to a heron. But as you can see here, I've only got 2 of these out of the whole spawn. I only got 2 Ginrin Soragoi, and they're both in here, and I think these have the potential to be lovely looking fish. And then I've got a Deutz Karishigoi in my pond, male, and there was a Yambuki Ogon female, which I no longer have as well. I gave it to a friend of mine. But as you can see, this one here, if I can catch it, if it'll let me catch it, probably not, just see me chasing around a fish in my hand. It's Deutz. Looks also slightly Ginrin on the scales. I don't know if as you can see there. So I don't know if you would class that as a Yambuki Ogon or if that's a Karishigoi. Who knows? But like I said, mass spawners, you can get anything. This little one here looks more like a darker colour, so it could be a Chagoi, or could just be a more of an orange Karishigoi. Should let me catch it, probably won't. Then you've got this one here, a sort of metallic koi, yellow down the lateral line, but then sort of silver on top, almost like a bit of green on the top there. And that's more like a, you know, they look like sort of like Matsuba styles. And here, an Ochiba or Chiba, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how to pronounce that one. I've got a big female one. It's quite hard to see, it's Deutz as well, but You can see the brown and the grey in there. Obviously, hopefully as that gets older, those colours will develop better. Let's see if I can get that darker orangey one that I was on about. As you can see, all the sizes vary, but they're all the same age. I think these are the sort of standard size, around 6 to 8 centimeters. Most of them are 5 centimeters plus. I'll say the biggest one in there is probably pushing 12 centimeters, but didn't want to get in the didn't want to come in the tub to have a look at today. But we can have a look at them. As the time goes on, I do more of these videos, you'll see more of the koi fry that I've got. As for the total aim to what I'm trying to achieve here, I don't know really, to be honest. Just grow them on, choose my favourite and keep, and then I'll probably look to move the rest on, either via rehoming or I'll list them on eBay and sell them for 10, 20, 30 pounds, whatever I can get for them, really, just to sort of cover the cost of mainly the electricity running the heater, but the food as well. So I'm going to let these go, get the air pump and the filter back on. Come on, there you go. There we go. As you can see, the air pump with the big air disc stone kicks out quite a bit. I've got the Easy Pod going, not making any splash, because as you can see, I don't really need any more surface movement on top of that air stone. So yeah, I'll give them some food. Let's see if they go crazy. So food wise, I've been giving them a mixture of solid pellet, but all from Cuttlebrook Koi Farm. That's what I've been using at the moment. I've been using a mixture of 0.8s to 1.2s and 2s. Obviously for the bigger fish. Hopefully soon take them off the smaller stuff and bring them onto something a bit bigger. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I hope to post a lot more videos. I also have a TikTok page, Chaotic Koi UK, which you can find videos of what I've done throughout the year and how the spawning went for the fish that are currently in here. But I thought YouTube videos are better to get more information across and to show what I'm doing. So yeah, please hit the subscribe button and comment below. Thank you.